Okay, guys, let's get this one out of my system so that I can continue with what I actually wanted to do. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what's been on my mind for over a week. Somebody is married and they either have significant enough means, significant enough means to have probably prudently necessitated a prenuptial agreement. That's what it feels like for me. That's what it feels like. And I know some people get kind of weird about that, but if somebody asks you to sign a prenuptial agreement, then counter them with an agreement to protect you in case that relationship goes wrong, right? What's wrong with that? Like, okay, so if I F you over, we got a prenuptial agreement. If you F me over, we've got a prenuptial agreement for me. Okay. Like, I don't know. I'm not making fun of this. I'm not making light of this. Blue oyster cult is significant. Oh, here we go. Oh, damn. Oh, boy. I didn't even. Okay, look. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, so Blue Oyster Cult, 1972 is significant. Somebody's name is Donald. Somebody's name could be Rosen. Somebody could be Donald Rosen. I don't know. I don't know. Let's get an affirmation just to kind of help me. All right. Why don't you help me? Help me. I give myself permission to cultivate a mindset that supports me. A picnic area at a rest stop is significant. Somebody was traveling, somebody was moving, somebody was moving. Somebody was driving, traveling, stop at a rest stop and have a picnic, or I don't know, nothing wrong with some bologna sandwiches out of a car. You'll save some money. Blue Oyster Cult. The month of May is significant. May is significant. Your name is May. You know May. Okay, so why am I getting... Oh, I know why I'm getting that. Those are the last days. Those are the last days. These are the last days for somebody. A parched land, no desert sand. A desert and sand is significant. The sun is just a dot, and a little bit of water goes a long way because it's hot. Things are getting hot for somebody. Yeah, I bet. Three good buddies were laughing and smoking in the back of a rented Ford. A Ford could be significant. They couldn't know they weren't going far. So this was a relationship that somehow too quickly became a marriage, and it wasn't going to go far, and somehow they couldn't know that, but they shouldn't have known that. See, this is where I'm getting a divorce, a quick divorce, or a divorce that should be quick, or a marriage that was quick and ends up in divorce. You know, just bear with me. A bear is significant. Okay. Blue Oyster Cult. The color blue is significant. A cult is significant. A cult. The occult could be significant. Each one with the money in his pocket could go out and buy himself a brand new car. A car is significant. There's a car involved in this, or maybe cars. But they all held the money they had. They all held the money they had. Money they hoped would take them very far. Somebody married for money. What is this? Spirit, Holy Angels, Michael? Skies bright, the traffic light, now and then a truck. A truck could be significant. Somebody owns a truck. Doesn't have to be a blue truck. 1972. Ford. Oh, damn. Yeah, started off like it was supposed to be good, right? Or somebody, you know, that's such... I'm using this deck, so this is the Housewives Tarot, because it's so... seems so fake to me. It seems so 1950s where, you know, people were getting slapped upside the head, you know, but no, nobody knew. Not advocating for violence or DV. And they hadn't seen a cop around all day. What luck. Somebody's a cop. It's a cop that's getting divorced. They brought everything they needed bags and scales to weigh the stuff. No. Okay, so are drugs involved? Drugs were involved. Somehow drugs are involved. Let me move this thing. Okay, so let me think about this while I'm thinking about this. Does that make sense to you? Makes sense to me. Okay. So somebody got scammed into a marriage. There may not have been a good prenuptial agreement or no agreement at all. Somebody could have misrepresented their assets and said they had more than they did. You know what this sounds like to me? Okay. I'm not an attorney. I don't try to be an attorney. I should take the bar, but I don't take the bar. Bar is significant. Somebody could be an attorney. All right. You know, I'm going to have to put it this way. This sounds like fraudulent inducement because it could be, I don't know. Well, look, okay. So this is for entertainment purposes only. Mom, it's not a tattoo I wrote on myself. I know I shouldn't write on myself. I did. Somebody writes on themselves or has a tattoo on their freaking arm. Okay. I don't know. I could take a bath and wash that off, but okay. So if I were you, but if I were you, I would take the love I've given to you. But if I were you, oh, and if I were you, I would trust in me like I trust in you. But if Stevie Nicks could be significant. The 1970s are definitely significant. Somebody could like Fleetwood Mac. I couldn't even say that. La 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 la. La 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 la. This sounds like a terrible story. I don't want to tell this story, but I'm about to tell the story. Holy Spirit, holy angels again. Somebody can't talk. Somebody's tongue-tied. Let's get this story out of me. An out-of-body experience could be significant. Page of Cups. Yeah, look at this. Doesn't this look, this looks wrong, doesn't it? The little boy is so gleefully watering these 3 sunflowers. And if you'll notice, there's a face in each. Look at this. Somebody's mother is significant. A mother is significant. Somebody's father is significant. They're probably dead. Somebody's brother or brothers, or there's 3 siblings that are significant here, or 3 parties, third parties. But doesn't it look fake? This is fake as hell to me. Somebody's drinking too much. Maybe there was too much drinking. Maybe the drinking was involved. Maybe somebody's like, you know, looking like Clark Kenton over here, like, here, take this present. Maybe you're blonde. Maybe they're blonde. Maybe they've got black hair. You've got black hair. It doesn't really matter. Maybe you have a child. You may not have a child together. All right. Holy Spirit, holy angels. What is this? I want this out. Somebody wants it out. Somebody wants to get out. Somebody's getting out of that marriage. Because this feels like fraudulent inducement to marry. If I were an attorney, I would say I would find a way to demonstrate the misrepresentation. Why? What is this? How did this happen? It's fake as hell. It's fake as hell. Somebody's just like, I could give you a present. We could make it look, the color red is significant. We could make it look like Bolognese is significant. We'll take them both. The Fool, what I tell you, a false start. Somebody was completely a false start. Or the false start is with the dark-haired woman who doesn't care about anything. And then the Tower, looking like some disgusting effigy with fruit suspended in it. The fruit. Okay. My son Quentin will know why that's funny. Hi, Quentin. Okay, so, these are the days of our life. Somebody likes queen. Somebody is a queen. Somebody's a queenie. Somebody could be gay. I don't know. I don't know how gay I feel right here. I don't know. How do you feel gay? I think people are just born gay. How do you feel? I guess you could feel up somebody who's gay. Oh gosh, that's terrible. Feeling up a gay person could be significant. I don't know. That just came out of left field. Left field is significant. Okay, so Holy Spirit. Okay, so you're going to have to make a legal claim. And I would argue that a spouse was misled by false representations from the other spouse. kind of leading them to enter into marriage. Leading is significant. There will be testimony here that could be significant. Somebody could be called to testify. Okay, so what you'd have to come up with is like proof that the false representation was made. You have to demonstrate that the intent was to deceive and that the other spouse reasonably relied on the deception. Okay, so where are we at? Tower. Yeah, it's falling down right now. Major Arcana, the Fool in reverse, false start, bad start, something about a house, something about a White House. Okay. Somebody's a 50s chick. All right. Okay, holy spoosh. Yeah, somebody is definitely trying to get the hell out. Somebody wants out. Somebody is like, you are a liar. You tricked me and I was stupid, so you tricked me. I mean, isn't that up? I'm not calling anybody stupid here. Mistakes happen, judgment and error. Judgment is significant. 8 of Swords in reverse. Somebody's trying to get out of this. And this woman is over here like, la, 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 I don't care what you guys are doing. I'm just going to have these Spanish olives, these pimento olives. Spain is significant. Somebody from Spain is significant. Olives could be significant, not necessarily. All right. Ooh, King of Swords in reverse. 4 of Wands. Drinking is significant. Some blonde bitch in a canoe. No, I don't know what that is. On a scaffold of mops. Domesticity is significant. I would say these people are living together. Maybe you could be one of these parties. Maybe you're the guy who wants to get out. And I would say by the looks of it, dude, run. Okay. What have I said in other readings? Pay the bitch off. Somebody's dad said that. That was somebody's dad. Maybe somebody's dad is telling them to just get it done. Get her done. Okay. That's my son. Same person. I'm getting the same person. I've got the same person. Holy Spirit, holy angels. Okay, so where are we at? Why am I feeling like this? Let me see. Georgia is significant. Georgia is significant. Texas is significant. Arizona is significant. Nevada is significant. California is significant. Washington is significant. Okay. 1972. What about 1972? The method to the madness. A coin, that's money. The last days of May. May in the last days. Maybe somebody's name is May and she is in her last days or was in her last days. Then came the last days of May. Blue oyster cult. Oysters are significant. The ocean is significant. A cult is significant. I said that. Holy Spirit, holy angels. The courthouse is significant. Obviously so. Somebody's pissed. Somebody knows. Crown chakra. I know. Somebody knows. Somebody doesn't want everybody to know, but somebody's now at the point they're like, I don't care. Y'all can know. Okay? Don't care about what other people say. What does it matter? You don't take them with you. You can't take it with you. Somebody's thinking that they got to take it with them, or there's a secret that must go to the grave. That's grave. A grave is significant. An interment is significant. A deceased person is significant. Okay. I'm looking, I'm watching, I'm looking, but I'm not looking at my spouse. I'm watching and looking at another flower. Maybe the 50s trick, the Fool, the Tower. I'm like rhyming, okay? All right, Lord have mercy. Asking for mercy is significant. Somebody's literally praying, asking for mercy, like, please save me and I'll never do this again. What did you do? Yeah, somebody's going to have to come up with the definition. They're going to have to need to define what is the fraud here. What is the false representation? What is the fraudulent inducement? Not too hard if you're an attorney. I'm not an attorney. You need an attorney. You probably have 16 attorneys. I don't know. I don't know why I said 16. 16 could be significant. The number 7 could be significant. 16. 61. 1961 is significant. 1916 could be significant. 1977, 1972. All right, I'm listening. Spirit, go ahead. Somebody's having a spiritual backfire. Something that they did was unholy. Oh my gosh, please don't make me hear that song. I hate that song. I mean, it would have been a cool song, but the guy's a complete freak. Somebody's a freak. Somebody does what looks like demonic shit. And when I say shit, maybe they're literally playing with feces, doing feces. Man, what? Okay, no. 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 Ooh, yes. Seven of Swords in reverse. Somebody got lied to. You definitely have a legal case for this. I say sue people if they screw you over. All right. That's what the system is for. Somebody could be in the system. I hope you're not in prison. Somebody could be in prison. It could be a prison of their mind. It could be a prison of the relationship. Click the gear icon to slow me down if I'm going too fast because I am channeling and I have a dead lady. Okay. A toga is significant. A toga is significant. Somebody went to college. Somebody went to university. A toga is significant. The rat race is significant. A toga and the rat race. Somebody's racing. Somebody races. Somebody goes fast. Somebody drives, flies, swims, cries. Somebody's crying. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me think. Somebody didn't think. That's what the issue is. I don't know what they weren't thinking. Somebody's on fucking, pardon me, drugs. Somebody's on some serious chemical drugs, man, or somebody's off their medication, should be on medication, refuses medication, doesn't get diagnosed, needs an MMPI. All right. All right. So now we got the Knight of Swords. Yeah, somebody was in too much of a hurry. Somebody has black hair. Somebody looks like James Dean. Somebody's got a knife. Motorcycle is significant. Adoring fans are significant. Somebody was very bloated with their own ego, wanting to be seen. Look at me, look at me, look at me, adore me. Somebody's a player. Somebody has a player history. I don't judge anybody by their history. Beret. Somebody could have been a Green Beret. Somebody could have been in the military. Somebody could have ties to the military of significance. Perhaps the Green Berets are significant. Battles, medals of honor, badge of honor. Purple heart is significant. I see hearts there with those sunflowers. Maybe it wasn't a purple heart. You know, maybe somebody didn't actually do battle because they were on a motorcycle. Somebody could fly. Somebody could be a pilot, jet pilot, military, James Dean. Smoking. Somebody smokes. Somebody smokes a lot. Color red is significant. The Fool. Color red is significant. The Tower. There's a third party involved. I don't know. In reverse, it could be that there is not a third party involved. Somebody's got a third party on their mind. They can't get the third party off their mind. Is that why we're here? No, because it feels like fraud. It feels like misrepresentation. It feels like a cunning appointment. Somebody has an appointment. Somebody has an appointment. Somebody's already made the appointment. Somebody's already seen the attorneys. Knight of Swords, going fast. All right. Okay. I'm going to take it even though it didn't fall. The Sun. Yeah, somebody's going to feel a whole lot fucking better when they get a divorce. Maybe they end up with the brunette wearing an apron. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so with the Wheel of Fortune, something here, you know, there's some karma playing out with the Tower. There's some, you know, because look at this. We only have 8 cards, and 4 of them are major arcana. Okay, so that's what needs to identify. An attorney would need to look at this from literally, it's, yep. I'm listening, you guys. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm listening. What am I listening to? I don't know. I'm listening to nothing. Tell me something, Spirit. I'm ready to listen. Who's the old lady? An old lady is significant. That's not what your mother would have wanted. Somebody's mother's dead. Okay. So Wheel of Fortune, there's something playing out here, and it's a karmic cycle. 4 of Cups. Somebody stopped drinking. Somebody doesn't drink. Somebody doesn't want to drink, but they're drinking. Why are you drinking? Well, I mean, I don't blame you. Okay, I can see that. Oh, I've got that person. Okay, I've got the male's energy. All right. This is coming from the male's perspective. Get a divorce, male, whoever you are, divine, masculine. You were a player before. Do you notice this about that Fool card? There's all this money. Somebody just doesn't have any money and they don't care. I don't know. That's like me. I don't care. I mean, like, money is good to have in the pocket, right? I think I have 20 bucks. 20 bucks is significant. The number 20 is significant. Angel number 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Hindsight is 2020. Somebody sees it all now in hindsight and says, oh my God, what have I done? That's a song. Letting the days go by. Water flowing underground. Once in a lifetime. Somebody lost their once in a lifetime. Letting the days go by. Once in a lifetime. Okay. Sometimes that happens. Okay. So now we have the King of Pentacles in reverse because somebody was like lazy. Somebody was lazy. Somebody wanted to sit on their chaise. Somebody was... somebody has a little dog. Feels more like the King of Pentacles in reverse. It's like money hungry, greedy, business owner that's greedy. It's like, I want all the businesses. Give me all the businesses. And now I'm drinking because I lost my letting the days go by. I lost my Fool in reverse. I'm now in the Tower. If I get a divorce, I think I'll get the son, but Wheel of Fortune, I don't think I get the girl. Somebody wants the girl, but this isn't a third party situation. So what is this, Spirit? Okay, let me distract myself while I think about this so that I don't think about this while I'm distracted. That's how it works for me. Somebody's seriously weird like me. Okay. All right. No, I'm not happy about this for you because I know what that must feel like, although no. Okay, so the intent to deceive. So if I were an attorney, I'd be trying to prove some of the elements, right? I would try to prove that the other spouse made false representations about something important to the marriage. Something important. Why is witchcraft important? Somehow I'm getting... Try proving that as an attorney, although it's been done before. Okay, so somebody would have to research those cases. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is significant. The White House is significant. So the attorney would have to prove that they intended for you to rely on these false statements. Like, what did they say? Like misrepresenting something about the marriage. I was thinking maybe somebody misrepresented their something. The attorney will have to prove that you did rely on those statements when deciding to marry. And that your reliance was reasonable enough under the circumstances. Shoot. All right, there we go. The High Priestess in reverse. Somebody may be misread. You can't walk into court and say that. She said she was a High Priestess, but she was not. Well, you betcha. All right. You betcha. What is this, Spirit? Okay. Because all of these, what you try to prove has to apply in the context of a marriage. Okay, so the false statement or the fact or there also could be a failure here to disclose important information about them. I don't know why I'm getting a sexually transmitted disease. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Wait. Let's clean our hands. Cleaning our hands is significant. I hope you have clean hands. I hope that somehow you have, no STD. Lord have mercy. Because this doesn't feel like an infection. It feels like a disease. Okay. I don't want to know what that feels like. Leave me out of it. Okay. Okay. Maybe somebody falsified medical records or tried to do something with medical records. Somebody did something. I know that's broad. Overbroad, something can't be overbroad. Maybe somebody's already in court. Overbroad. Okay, so the false statement. Something that they failed to disclose. Okay, so this is how I would apply it. If I am not an attorney. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody's not going to get the money that they were hoping to get. It's probably going to be the bitch that fucking did this. Okay, so pardon me. Sorry, mommy. Okay, if I were an attorney, You know, I don't know. Maybe if they made more than you, they lied about their finances and their ability to provide for you because you could do that. They could have lied about their assets, or they could have lied about critical aspects of their life, you know, to induce you to marry them. What is that? You know, because those things could be considered misrepresentation. So you're going to need to gather evidence. You're going to need an attorney. Okay. Somebody's name could be tourniquet. There's something wrong with somebody's leg or arm and appendage. Somebody's got a bad back. Oof. Somebody's got a bad back. Like now all these, I don't know, somebody maybe used to do stunts. Maybe somebody rode motorcycles a lot, got hurt on the motorcycle. Somehow these injuries are all showing up. These are all these freaking injuries, like boo-boo everywhere, boo-boo everywhere, boo-boo. Somebody's a boo-boo. Somebody made a boo-boo. Yeah, somebody made a boo-boo. Okay, fix the boo-boo and move on. All right, I'm not trying to seem cold or clinical. Maybe somebody is cold or clinical. Maybe somebody doesn't feel warm. Maybe the relationship has no love. Loveless, sexless. You know, sex isn't everything, but like, where's the glue? You know, you gotta like, you know, kissy. Okay, kissy. Somebody's name could be Kissy. Somebody's name could be Kim. The initial K is significant. The initial S is significant. Y. The initial Y is significant. The question is why? Why'd you do it? Okay. Ooh. You know, like gather evidence. Somebody's gathering evidence, so you're going to need to collect proof of the false representation, or like make it easier on your attorney, the deceptive actions like texts and emails or witness statements. If somebody's going to try to pull in somebody's ex for some kind of a character statement, don't do it. Don't ask your exes for anything. Leave them out of it. All right, let's see. Okay, one more round. I really want the round and round. Okay, so we got what comes around goes around. That's a spiritual backfire. There's a backfire involved. It doesn't have to be spiritual. I mean, just think about it in the karmic sense in terms of the real world. Think about physics, not even karmics. Damn. Somebody's a karmic. Somebody married a karmic. Okay. What is this? Okay, well, I mean, I know what it is. I shouldn't even say that anymore. I'm just like, what the? Okay. The lovers. Okay, so somebody needs to make a choice. They might have made a choice already, and that was a bad choice that let them, you know, led them to the Four of Cups going, oh my gosh, you know, what have I done? Oh my gosh, what have I done? Letting the days go by. Okay. Water flowing underground. Water flowing underground is significant. Water rights to a property is significant. Water near property is significant. A water on a property on the water. I mean, look at that a red vehicle is significant. The lovers is significant. Somebody with blonde hair, somebody with black hair. The lover is right over the ocean. Something is over the ocean. There's a red car that's over the ocean, or a red car somewhere. All right. Spirit. Father in heaven, why do these things happen? Well, because of Five of Swords. You know, somebody's trying to literally cut this section out of their life and make alterations. And like, let's say this never happened. The color blue is significant. Okay. I got blue glasses on a baby earlier, but that was a different feel. Scissors are significant. A seamstress is significant. Somebody who dresses like the 1950s is significant. Scissors are significant. Blue thread. Five of Swords. Five of Swords in reverse. Somebody tried to rip you off. The person you married tried to rip you off. They did rip you off. They tried to become a facsimile of somebody else. They tried to dress like somebody else, walk like somebody else, talk like somebody else. And maybe the person that you lost was the high priestess. And the person that you married tried to fashion themselves like a secret syrup here. An African American is significant. Mixed ancestry is significant. Aunt Jemima is significant. Your aunt is significant. Somebody's aunt is significant. Jemima is significant. The initial J. Do you see how that works? All right. I'm not exasperated. I'm just moving this out of my body center so that it doesn't stay there because I want it out, obviously, right? I've got popsicles I'm about to eat. They're Powerade. Powerade is significant. Electrolytes are significant. Somebody needs to watch their circulation. All right. I've got them because they're tasty and they were at the right price point. Price point is significant. What they paid is significant. Somebody maybe have paid a whole lot of money for something. Maybe somebody went overseas to do something. Maybe they went overseas to have a honeymoon. And it's like, what the have I done? Somebody's honeymoon was a piece of shit because they were thinking about somebody else. Boy, oh, damn. Eight of Cups, they want to walk away is what they want to do. That's what you want to do. I'm talking to a male. If you're a female, you could be the cross watcher. I'm sorry, hun. What do you want me to say? Know how to lie? Lying isn't going to help you. Doesn't help me. I don't make any money doing this. I do it for fun. Okay? I do this for fun. I love being creative. Somebody's creative. Somebody's weird. Somebody's loony. Somebody's like me. All right. Keep going, Spirit. Right over Seven of Pentacles. All right. Let me take my mind off of this. Color blue is significant. Bluebird, Lenormand. Lenormand, somebody's name is Lenormand. Somebody's name starts with an L. Somebody could have a bird. I don't know. The color blue is what's drawing me right over there. What is going on with this? Oh, 10 of Cups, and it wanted to come out this way. Yeah, somebody's drinking quite a lot. Oh, take the lot. 10 of Cups. Somebody wants to cut someone out and leave because this isn't growing. It isn't going to grow. It's no good. Somebody doesn't like this. They don't like it. I shouldn't have done this. This might as well have been like driving a car off a cliff. Thelma and Louise could be significant. Brad Pitt could be significant. I don't know. I'm not a Brad Pitt fan. Okay. Right. I've never seen what people, pretty boys are significant. Young boys are significant. Maybe somebody has boys. Maybe somebody's a boy. Well, obviously you're a boy. I'm talking to a male. All right. Get a divorce. Get it done. Get her done. Temperance, you're going to need the temperance angel. You're going to need justice. You need to control your instant angers to find your joy because you are full of sorrow. Do you see that? It's like a nightmare. Mod Podge is significant. What the fuck? Maybe somebody got one of those expensive fancy mixers. Well, look, let the bitch take it. What do you care? You could get another one. Do you really need one? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? An Instapot is significant. A crock pot is significant. Somebody cooks like that. Somebody doesn't cook. Somebody just eats food. Somebody's heavy. Okay. All right. All right. Just a few more and then maybe we'll throw out some fun stuff here just to see what the heck is going on. Okay, so they need a divorce. They're going to get a divorce. They're divorcing. I already spoke to an attorney. 10 of Wands in reverse. They don't want to carry this burden anymore. Somebody likes Carol Burnett. Somebody's old enough to watch the Carol Burnett show. You know, yank on, tug on the ear. Somebody's remembering a loved one. Somebody's thinking about their mother. What would my mother say? Oh, my God. Well, what do you think? She's watching. Yeah. If she's in heaven, she's watching. Okay, so there's that 4 of Wands again. Yeah, some blonde bitch is like, and they're like, yay, look at me. I'm up on the mops. I'm up here and everybody's looking at me. I just wanted to be high society. I just wanted to be up on top. Somebody's on top. I don't care if it's same sex or not. People, I really, truly don't. I live my life the way I want to. Ooh. Now 4 of Swords. Dang. Okay, let me think. How do I think about this? Somebody's trying to take a break. They want to break from this. Somebody's not well. Somebody's having some health issues. Somebody's not well. Somebody's having circulation issues. Somebody may need surgery. Somebody's had surgery, may need surgery. What is that? Clarify surgery, Spirit. Yeah, let's see. The Magician, because somebody thought they were slick and, you know, sold you a magic device. Reminds me of the rainbow vacuums back in the day. Look at the face on this guy. Yeah, the Magician was, you know, like you ended up married to somebody who literally sold you something shiny. Somebody goes after shiny things. There's real estate down there. Real estate was involved, is involved. There's going to have to be a division of assets for sure. Can't talk. For sure, because this cycle is over. This relationship is over. Look at how many major arcana cards and look at where we're at. We haven't used that many. Okay, so... yeah, real estate is significant. Children could be significant. Family could be significant. But it is over. Somebody has the files. Okay, somebody definitely is going to be giving information to an attorney. The attorney will ask you which information to give them because they're developing a case file. There's a case file already. There's a file on somebody. There's a case on somebody. Somebody has a case. And with the World card, we're not talking traffic tickets. We're not talking jaywalking tickets. Okay, this is the initial J is significant. The Devil. Because somebody went for a temptation. Somebody was weak. Somebody was weak. I'm not hating. I'm just stating. Somebody was weak, went to low-hanging fruit or low-hanging chocolate cake with a pair of legs. I don't know. Those are pretty good-looking legs. Okay, so the devil reverse. The world. Gosh. Yeah. Whoever you are, it is over. But it's almost like it was over before it began because either everybody's drunk or everybody's drinking. You know, Four of Swords, somebody else could be spending the money. Maybe your wife is spending the money, putting things on her face. I'm not saying people, but do whatever the hell you want. If I have to be naked on a sailboat with one person who maybe, hopefully there's nobody watching us, but we are going to be naked, well, you know I'm going to look good, right? I don't know. Let's see. Color blue is significant even on a red card. The color's red and blue. Red, white, and blue. Old Glory, the Hierophant. It is a marriage, I'm telling you. It is a marriage that is old news. It is a marriage that is out of time. It's a marriage that should never have happened. It was a temptation. It was a lie. The magician is a liar. All right. Let's see. I'm not saying that he's always a liar, but in this case, yeah, look at deception, the moon. What do you want me to say? A 727 could be significant. A 747, a 737. Okay, so somebody's flying something. Somebody's a paraplier. Somebody could be Filipino. All right. The deception is like this person was not this person. So somebody was dreaming about this person. Some pretty lady in pink. Isn't she pretty in... Okay, so we have the moon. The moon is smiling. We're actually in a full moon right now. Curlers. Somebody's got curly hair, curls in the hair, curly hair. Somebody's got curly hair, somebody's got black hair. Somebody wears pink, somebody's sleeping on a mattress. Somebody's snoozing comfortably. So the dream was that was not this person. Somebody went for the wrong one. Somebody went with this blonde lady. You know, flip and switch the roles. Like we're so in love because I tricked you. Somebody tricked you. Okay, male gentleman friend, here I am. So sorry to tell you, yeah, it's over and you already know, so get to it. Chop, chop, chop. 6 are significant. Somebody's Asian. Somebody likes Chinese food. Okay. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. You know, somebody's going to be crying. Somebody was left crying. 6 of Wands. Somebody will be victorious after they file a divorce and do whatever they're going to do. You're going to feel better. Clean your house, clean your mirrors, clear your energy. Somebody needs to do an energy clearing. All right, Holy Spirit. Yeah. 4 of Pentacles, pay the bitch off. I hate to sound that way, but if I were you, I'm talking to you like I would talk to my kids. I'd pay the bitch off. Maybe I wouldn't say bitch. Pay the bitch off. I don't know. This feels like a bitch to me. Okay, Queen of Wands. Okay, so maybe you need to go towards somebody who's like, I know how to clean my own house, and yeah, I'm a queen. Leave me alone. Okay, tell us a little bit about the wife. Okay, so who is this bitch? Who's the wife who's being a bitch? Who was the magician? The wife is the magician. Clarify the wife as the magician. Yeah, 10 of Wands, too much damn work. Somebody who doesn't do housework. She doesn't do a damn thing. She doesn't help with anything. She pretends to help with everything. She wants to use the credit card, spend the money, buy the expensive stuff, fill houses full of expensive things, and then hire somebody else to clean your damn house. Why? You can't clean your damn house? I'm not saying that if you have all the money in the world or you're that busy, you wouldn't have somebody clean your house. You're not cleaning my house. Nobody's cleaning my house. I don't want anybody cleaning my house. I can clean my own house, coño. Somebody speaks Spanish. Somebody's Cuban. Okay. Tell us about this stupid bitch. Yeah. Knight of Cups because, you know, look at this card. Would you look at this card? That lady back there is like, yeah, gotcha right where I want ya. You know what this card reminds me of? That movie, Catch Me If You Can. You know, where Leonardo DiCaprio even pretends to be somebody's a pilot. I've got a pilot. I've definitely got a pilot. Somebody flies, used to fly, flies. Somebody's flying. Somebody wants to fly the fuck away. Okay, like, leave me alone. All right, so tell me a little bit more about the bitch. She's like, I got you where I want you. I'm tricking you. I'm lying because catch me if you can. Chariot in reverse. It can go anywhere. Law enforcement's involved. Somebody could be a law enforcement officer. 2 women could have been involved in something, took a risk to do something, tricked somebody out of something. Somebody could have stolen a car. A car is significant. Doesn't have to be that one. Popped right out. Damn. What I tell you. The chariot in reverse, judgment. What do you want me to say? Right there. Somebody's overweight. Somebody's trying to lose weight. These cackling bitches over here, there were 2 women, for sure, 2 women involved in tricking you into thinking that you were the Knight of Cups. Nobody wants to be with the Knight of Cups. Nobody wants knights, okay? They represent ages. Knights take action. Cups, drinking here, right? This chick's like, I got a red rose. Look over here. Just pour that bubbly, okay? Crystal is significant. All right, so justice. What? Oh my God. Definitely. I don't know. Maybe your mama's going to spank you. Maybe your mama looks like this. Or maybe the person that you lost in the middle of, there's definitely a lost woman. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the woman that was lost. Should I switch decks for this? I should switch decks? Oh, no, I don't know. Well, the woman that was lost here or somehow, I don't know, but she's not part of this group. She's part of what I just said. She's having an ace of cups. She doesn't drink. She's got an empty glass, but maybe she likes crystal. Okay, so somebody likes clink, 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 little crystal glasses. Okay, so the woman that you lost is having a new beginning. So that one, yeah, that was lost. So sorry. All right. Why? What is her state? Ace of Cups. What is the state of the woman that you lost? She's in fucking Queen of Swords mode. She will take off your head. This is the same. Where is she? Where's my Queen of Wands? The person that was lost is the Queen of Wands. Somebody lost a Queen of Wands who's an Ace of Cups. Same lady. Look. She goes, cut your head off. If you look like this, you'd be like, I'd be happy for you to cut my head off. Just talk to me. Somebody wants to talk to that lady. Don't talk to anybody. You're going through shit. All right, tell us a little bit more about the going through shit. What will happen after? Okay, so you want to talk to the Queen of Wands, and it says death. You don't want it to be over. Death in reverse. Mayo could be significant. I'm not licking mayo off of anybody. I love mayonnaise, though. Mayonnaise. A lot of people in here. Okay, so you don't want it to be over with the Queen, who is happy, who has an Ace of Cups. Oh my God, we're going to leave it right there. So I can't speak for the future, okay? I can speak for what I see. You don't want it. You want a divorce. You want out of a situation with somebody who like really screwed you over, and you're going to need an attorney because there is that's going to be one of the legal ways to get out of this without losing everything. Somebody could be losing a lot. Hang on. Let me look at this. I almost shut this off. Okay. Somebody wants to shut this off. Okay. So somebody wants me to shut up. You shut up. All right. All right. So about the money being lost. Two of Pentacles. Somebody's going to have to try to share. And somebody's going to have to try. Somebody has a little dog, maybe a little boy. The ocean is significant. The Navy is significant. Ocean, Navy, anchors. Okay. An apron is significant. Dancing is significant. All right. And you can dance. Yeah. King of Cups in reverse was a liar. King of Cups in reverse is a liar. A love bomber. Very dishonest. Very emotionally manipulative. How do you think you're going to get it? How do you get an Empress back? You don't. You don't. You let the Empress to her Emperor, All right, let's see. What about the money? Because that's probably all you're worried about. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, work is lost. Money is lost. Somebody's going to have to lose. Somebody's going to have to go back to working even harder to make up for it. I don't know. How much money do you want? How much money does anybody want? Why does it always have to be about money? All right, so Eight of Pentacles reverse. Somebody can't work. Maybe that other bitch wasn't working. Maybe somebody's not working and looking for a job. We're all looking for jobs. Okay, Seven of Swords in reverse. Somebody's going to find all the deception. The deception is out there. I mean, we've got all the justice cards. We've got legal. We have the 10 of Swords in reverse. You're going to try to heal from the Six of Swords because you're moving away. All right, with the Six of Swords. Okay, so let me get you a romance angel. Sorry about all the stuff written on my body. My mom already made fun of me today. But I was doing some particular work on my body. Oh, this one came out easily. Oh my God. Okay. So the Empress was your soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. That doesn't have to mean you're together, that you'll be together, you ever will again. Lightning strikes. Maybe once, maybe twice. I don't know, about 3 times, dude. That's pushing it. Okay. So all right. Oh, bouncy bounce. Bouncy bounce. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. You really are in love with that Empress. Please let me kiss you. Again, the color said blue is significant here. Blue. I'm going back someday. Come what may to Blue Bayou. Okay, somebody sing. Somebody wants to sing. Somebody can't sing. So what? Sing anyway. Somebody's voice is significant. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. I don't know. I'm getting Blue Bayou. Religious factors are significant. I think. Okay, how about this? I'm going to call it. So somebody wants to go back to the Blue Bayou, whatever that means to you. The color blue is definitely significant here. Okay, I'm just going to lighten this up a little bit. I'm going to tell you what. You do whatever you need to do. You need to pay off this bitch, get rid of this bitch, okay? Water is significant. West Virginia could be significant. On a recliner watching TV all the time, significant. A landlord. Look, I'm not going to. Somebody has a dick tattoo. I hope not. I've never seen that in my life. I don't want to see this. You know, let's just laugh at it, okay? Ha ha ha, okay? A double chin is significant. Somebody with a triangle face. Somebody with a, I don't know. Look, I enjoy watching this on other people. Well, no, I don't actually enjoy anything. Belly button piercing is significant. Somebody has a septum. Somebody is a cross-dresser. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you're about to make her your ex-wife. That's all you need to know. You're about to make her your ex-wife. It's going to cost you money. It's not going to be fun. Get good attorneys. Make sure that everything is made fair and right. I don't know what to say about the future for you other than I know that you're in love with an Empress. The Empress is gone. The Empress has an empty Ace of Cups, which is significant because in usual tarot decks, that's perceived. Perceived. Usually that cup is filled, right? But in this case, it was empty wherever it was. And so, okay, so the Empress doesn't have somebody right now, but it seems like somebody's already on the way because we've got enough cards to signify that there's somebody coming in to be fair and cool with the Empress. So it's going to be an Emperor. We didn't see the Emperor pop out. That's true, but I'm not going to keep going because then we could be here all night. What you need to know is that you will heal after you get your divorce and you leave these cackling gaggle of hoes, behind, and you have understood with the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords that, yeah, you were ripped off, that this was a lie, and that, the Empress is going to cut your head off. All right. I love you guys. Take good care. I'm very sorry for your troubles. Make sure to pray, stay close to Jesus, and he will help you through everything. God bless you.